Welcome back to 360 Sports. I'm your host, Emily Sapley, alongside Isabella Sposato, Nate Johns, and Gina Scarpa. And today we are so excited to bring baseball back to 360. So let's dive right in. We first have to talk about Cal Raleigh. I mean, come on, guys. He broke the record for homers by a catcher, homers by a switch hitter, and he's currently tied for the Mariners season franchise record for most homers in the season. Let's talk about it. How do we feel?
It's just incredible to see because in the era of 162 games, you never get this type of production from a catcher. Mm-hmm. And he could still get to 60 home runs. There's about 11 games left at this point for each team. So he's going to need to pick up the pace a little bit. But after his 2-homer game yesterday, he's definitely getting close to that territory. And he's been the spark plug for what's been an incredible Mariners team. We're going to talk about where they are in the AL playoff race a little bit later on. But Cal Raleigh's been one of the key reasons for that and is having one of the best offensive seasons in history at the catcher position. And it's incredible to see.
It is so fun to watch, honestly. I love when catchers are great. It's so rare to see a catcher produce like this at the plate and from both sides of the plate. But he could definitely get to 60 home runs. He's only 4 away. And if there are 11-something games left, he could definitely get there. And then, who knows if he'll win MVP.
See, I have to give it to him. He's very successful as a catcher right now, and probably one of the best since like Yogi Berra and Salvador Perez. But we have to be real here. It is. People will think it's Aaron Judge versus Cal Raleigh for the AL MVP, but I personally think that Aaron Judge has it in the bag. No one's going to deny Cal Raleigh's talent. His odds are a little bit shorter than Aaron Judge. I will say for MVP, I don't think so right now because all he has is home runs and RBIs, and Judge has the slugging average, the batting average, 326. That's the best in the season. Come on. Right. And Cal Raleigh just has a 247. That's kind of below average, even though with all those home runs. But yeah, I will say the 60 home runs are a success in the bag, but they both have their accomplishments. Aaron Judge broke the MLB record for fastest player to reach 350 career home runs, past Joe DiMaggio for the 4th most home runs in Yankees history for his 362nd career home run. And he's the all-time Yankees leader for right-handed hitters, including his 19th first inning home run recently. And I know Cal Raleigh just broke Mickey Mantle's season record for switch hitters. Switchers, underrated, talented. Tied Ken Griffey Jr.'s single season record with his 56th home run. And he just set the single season home run record for catcher, like I said, surpassing Salvador Perez. So I think the only way for Cal Raleigh to win is if he had a late season surge, Aaron Judge decides to do bad like he did in the playoffs last year, RIP. And if the Mariners could win their division, the odds could be higher. I just don't think it would be enough to pass Aaron Judge in first place for MVP.
Right. I feel like you could maybe argue that Cal Raleigh is more valuable because he's a catcher as opposed to a right fielder. I'm not really sure. But, the MVP race is not a home run derby because if that were the case, Judge would have won MVP in 2017 when he hit more home runs than Altuve. But that's not what the MVP race is about. Judge, aside from his batting average, he's leading in on-base percentage, and his slugging and his OPS is at 1.127 when Raleigh's OPS is only at 951. Yeah. So even though Raleigh's hitting all these home runs and he's known for his power, Judge has power too, but he's more consistent than Raleigh in terms of getting on base.
I feel like this is Raleigh's just his first season. He has a big name, his best season right now, and Aaron Judge has a history. When the analysts and writers for sports are going to look at who the MVP should be, they're going to see Aaron Judge continues to make history. Cal Raleigh, he just reached his prime. His prime just started, basically, with this season. 2 things ahead of Judge isn't going to be enough to call it, he's the winner, he should be MVP.
I think when it comes to MVP, they're just really looking for like a very well-rounded player. And like you're saying, Gina, where Cal has a bunch of home runs, is not the home run derby. Like if it was based on that, for sure we can say he's going to win MVP. But you got to look at a well-rounded player. So that might be where the people who are voting are going to look at that and be like, well, yes, he's had a great season, but maybe we're going to take somebody who has a more well-rounded like statistics instead of just like home runs, basically.
I think maybe one aspect of this that we're forgetting is voter fatigue, because it is a real thing in sports. We've seen it with the NFL MVP voting over the last few years, where voter fatigue has gotten really bad. Judge already has the 2 MVPs. Raleigh, like you talked about, is bursting onto the scene. This is his first year with an OPS over 800 for the year, and he's at 951. So he's got that working for him in that he's a new name. The last time a catcher won AL MVP was Joe Mauer in 2009. The last catcher to win MVP was Buster Posey in 2012. The last time the Mariners had an MVP winner was Ichiro Suzuki back in 2001. And Mariners fans, they probably remember a lot of things about the Yankees in 2001 that they'd rather not.
No, we're not going to talk about it.
Maybe this time around it can be a bit different for them, but voter fatigue is definitely something to consider, especially when both guys are having very similar statistical campaigns. And the value of Judge versus Raleigh, with Judge being a DH for the latter half of the year after his elbow injury, is also something they're going to keep in mind.
The fact that he came back from injury, too. He could have passed 60 if he didn't, if he wasn't injured for, 3 weeks?
Yeah, I think it was only the minimum, because it was right around that time where they had that series with the Phillies and they kind of struggled a little bit, but then he came back and they've hit their stride in September. And last 2 weeks will help decide a lot in the MVP race.
Yeah, so while we don't know who's going to be winning the AL MVP at this moment, what we do know is that on Monday, the Phillies clinched the NL East for the second time in a row on Monday night, defeating the Dodgers in extra innings. Does the Braves and the Mets are starting to fall off? Does this think you solidify, like, the Phillies are it for the NL East right now? Where are we thinking?
I'm going to go a little Taylor Swift to start, because the NL East is very much the division of eras, because the Phillies had that from 2007 right around till 2011, and then the wheels fell off. Then the Nationals took over. Then it was the Braves. And now I feel like we're going back to the Phillies again. The last couple of years, they've been able to establish themselves. The Braves have had really bad injury issues. There are a lot of questions in Atlanta about what this offseason is going to look like, who's coming back. Matt Olson looks really, really bad. Ozzy Albies looks even worse somehow.
And they're the two best.
And
they're supposed to be the two best.
Does Ronald Acuna request a trade?
He was injured forever, too.
Yeah, and then you have the Mets, who can't seem to get out of their own way and seem more like a postseason built team than a regular season team. So it feels like we're sort of switching back to how it was in 2007. And funnily enough, the last time the Phillies won the World Series, they also clinched in Los Angeles back in 2008.
Well, I don't know that it's enough to like definitively say, oh, this is the Phillies division right now, because it's only been 2 years. They do have, I believe, a 12.5 game lead over the Mets. The Mets are just a mess. I was not expecting that. I thought they would have been better, getting Juan Soto and just trying to up their game and like their roster. And then the Braves are just all over the place. But a lot of other teams are dealing with injuries as well, but they haven't tanked as bad as the Braves have. But I think that next year it's going to be more competitive in the NL East, and I don't think the Phillies are just going to have control over the entire division.
Honestly, I 100% agree with you, because, yes, the Phillies have dominated the season, but we have to look at the future. I was in a little bit of a predicament. I was like, you know what? I guess the more they keep doing this, what they did this season, they could go on and do better. But at the same time, you have your three best batters, Trey Turner, Bryce Harper, and Kyle Schwarber, who just hit 50 home runs, but they're up there in age. They could be free agents soon. What's the future looking like for the Phillies? Do they have prospects? Do they have any great people from the minor leagues that they could bring up for, God forbid, any injuries? We have to look at the future when it comes to establishing dominance in the NL East. Who knows? The Braves could improve. The Mets could improve. The Marlins could be up there for all we know. But it just, I'm like, it's a little tough.
I think the Phillies are in their prime right now. I am going to say that. They have been doing great even without Wheeler in there. So I think when you take that into account, you're like, oh, an injury occurs. Well, the Phillies can still bounce back without their starting pitcher there.
Yeah.
So that's my take on that.
I just think it's crazy how the Mets spent basically their life savings on Juan Soto, and they have a slim chance of making the wild card. Mm-hmm. Isn't that crazy?
Well, as the season draws to a close, the race to October is getting tighter and tighter. So let's go over some of the key postseason races across the MLB right now. And we're going to start in the AL West, where the Mariners are a half game up over the Astros. What are our takes on this? Who do we think is going to take it in the end?
I mean,
Who I think is going to take it and who I want to take it are different, because I think the Astros, even though they're not the same team that they were, I think they're always contenders and they're always right there to win the division and make a postseason run. But the Mariners lineup is stacked. They have power, especially Cal Raleigh, who's leading this offense. They have the power. It's very tight in that division. But I hate to say it, I think the Astros are going to come out on top.
I mean, Mariners are on a win streak right now, but all win streaks come to an end someday. But the Astros have the easy last games against the Athletics and the Angels. I hate to say easy, but it is. I know Athletics are doing better this year, but Astros, I don't know. But I might say that the Astros, unfortunately, are going to come out on top.
You know what? I'll bring the table spirits up. I'll say the Mariners can take it. They have that 3-game series against Houston coming up this weekend, which will probably be the deciding games for the AL West, because the Rangers had a chance to do it and then completely faltered against Houston. But this is the deepest Mariners team that they've had. They recognize this is their chance to go out and win, because the Mariners have had so many chances in team history where they've fallen off by this point, where they're out of the race by September, that you have to take advantage of this moment. You go out and get Eugenio Suarez and Josh Naylor to go along with Randy Rosarena and Julio Rodriguez, who's been slightly better over the last couple of months. So if this is the team to do it, if they can't do it, when are they going to? And I feel like they recognize the situation they're in. You're going to be in front of your hometown fans. They've been playing hot baseball right now, and playing hot baseball at the end of the year is arguably the most important thing. Mm-hmm. And I'm worried about Houston's attrition. Yordan Alvarez not going on the IL as of right now, but out again. So I think it goes to Seattle. Give me the home field advantage.
Yeah, I'm actually going to go with Nate on this one, simply for the fact that, like he said, the Mariners are on a 10-game win streak right now, which is an insane momentum. In any sport you're playing, momentum is going to be that final drive that pushes you into the playoffs, and it's going to be that deciding factor. I know that Astros are favored in this race, but I got to give it to the Mariners and their determination right now. I like to see it. So I'm going to agree with Nate on that.
I hope it is.
Hopefully Cal Raleigh could change my mind. Then his odds would go way up.
Now we're going to move on to the NL West, where the Dodgers have a 2-game lead over the Padres. Same thing. What are your thoughts? Who's going to win out in the end?
Guys, Padres are sneaky. They could sneak up in there. They've done it before. Honestly, I've heard opinions that the Padres could be up there. Padres have beat the Dodgers before, but I don't know. They're just there.
It's the Dodgers.
They're a team that's there.
The Dodgers are like a super team. They've been in not control of the division for a while. They've just been in control of it.
Yeah.
So
and Shohei Ohtani just hit his 50th home run again.
Yeah, they
Great.
still lost.
Yeah, Nate, you
he had 5 no-hit innings yesterday on the mound, got taken out, and they still lost the game. So
it's a curse.
Their bullpen is terrible.
Same with the Yankees.
All right. So if the Padres are going to win this division, they got to get the rally goose back, because there's no way they're overtaking the Dodgers this time. LA just has too many guys in the lineup. After this Phillies series, their schedule the rest of the year is pretty much a cakewalk. Mm-hmm. And it's all the guys that won last year. I am worried about the Dodgers in the postseason, but I'm not worried about them getting there, losing control of the NL West, which they've had a monopoly over for the better part of 15 years.
I say this is 50-50. I really can't choose. I can't make a decision like that.
I would just have to say the Dodgers, just based on their history and what we've seen from them in the past. I'm going to go Dodgers on this one. But moving on to the NL wild card, where things are going to get a little interesting. The Mets are a 1.5 games over the Diamondbacks. What are we feeling about this?
Yeah, me too.
This has the chance to be so funny, especially in Pennsylvania. It's not going to be, because the Mets, they're figuring it out. I mean, they're taking care of the Padres. Clay Holmes got Clay Holmes was dealing yesterday. Michael King got shelled in his return to New York. And it's just Lindor, Soto, all of the main pieces for the Mets are there. The starting pitching is getting stabilized with the youth movement they have going on. That's going to make them scary
Alvarez
for years
got
to
injured.
come. Now, where have I
Alvarez is
heard?
gone.
Where have I heard that before this year?
Right.
Where have I
He's
heard
like
that
one of their
before?
best hitters. Like, what do you do now with that?
Hayden Senger, more at bats. And as a person who just does not like the Mets, more Hayden Senger at bats, please. Please keep doing that. But I think the Mets hold on. Diamondbacks have a tough schedule. Phillies coming to town, although it is in their house of horrors known as Chase Field. Dodgers, once again, going to make life incredibly difficult for Arizona, probably trying to get revenge for 2023. So I think the schedule just doesn't hold up, and the Mets also get to play some bottom feeder teams in there as well.
I agree. I think the Mets are gonna.
I think the Mets are just
Stay.
gonna sliver by.
I don't know what their postseason run is gonna look like, to be honest, but I think the Mets.
I don't think it's gonna be
are
good.
Oh,
at least
it's
gonna
2
be allowed.
games. It's 2 games in LA.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're done. That's it.
But-
So overall, what I'm hearing is the Mets.
The Mets
yeah,
are-
I think
they're gonna
I think we
sliver
can
by.
agree on that.
Mhm.
All right. So while we don't know again who are going to win any of those races, we do have our own takes on our MVPs. Even though we personally cannot vote for them, we obviously all have our own opinions. So Isabella, we're going to start with you on who we think is going to win the MVP.
All right, guys, I was in such a predicament because there's so many good choices. It was a really good season this year. I was choosing between Trent Grisham, Jose Ramirez, and Cody Bellinger. I ultimately went with Cody Bellinger. I think he has been such a savior this season for the Yankees. After Juan Soto left, he comes in as a utility player, basically. He could play the outfield. The Yankees have put him in the outfield basically everywhere. He's played first base. How great can you get? He has also been really good with RBIs. He hits home runs. We need someone who can hit and play the field, and that someone is Cody Bellinger. I know it won't be likely he would be MVP with Aaron Judge still on the team, but if Aaron Judge hypothetically had a bad season and Cody Bellinger was just on his A game like he is this season, he has a run. He has a good run for it. He's also a Golden Glove outfielder. He's batting a 273 average, which is above average. It's unbelievable. This guy has saved the Yankees so many times, has hit so many times, and saved games. He's, how do you say it? Just hit at the correct moments. He has memorable catches on the outfield. He robbed hits. He's robbed home runs. This guy has a hell of a career, and it's still going to continue with this season. If he keeps doing what he's doing, he can do this in the future, and I'm crossing my fingers. He was also snubbed from the All-Star game, and I'm still mad about that. That's my share.
Give me your opinion on that. I saw some facial reactions.
Oh
when
my
she's talking
God,
about
All
it.
I'm gonna,
please.
all I'm
I
gonna
wanna
say,
hear it.
all I'm gonna say is Cody Bellinger is gonna look great in red pinstripes next year.
That's actually insane
No,
that
do
you
not
said
say
that.
that.
I
He's
just-
staying in New York.
Stop there.
All right,
They're
so-
going to resign.
Wow.
They better resign him.
I hope so.
All right, so moving on from somebody who's going to look great in red pinstripes in the future to somebody who looks great in them now, as I tried to take out the TV for stopping me from talking about baseball's greatest man. What a gift he has been. It's Harrison Bader of the Philadelphia Phillies. At the trade deadline, when Bader came in, he was fine. You know, people thought he's going to be okay. He's going to be another platoon guy, a lot like Austin Hayes was a year ago for the Phillies. But he has been incredible, batting .333, had 6 straight games with multiple hits for the Phillies as part of their 6-game win streak, which essentially clinched them the NL East. He has been incredible. Nick Castellanos hasn't had to play every day because of him, and he's had a dreadful second half. And the outfield has really been what's turned this Phillies team around, and Harrison Bader's been part of that. And it's crazy to think that in a trade deadline where the Phillies acquired Yohan Duran from Minnesota, Duran wasn't even the best acquisition from the Great Lakes State. It's been Harrison Bader. What a gift he has been to the city of brotherly love.
I like that pick.
You know
I
what?
mean,
I like Harrison Bader.
I love Bader. I miss him in the
I miss him.
Bronx. So I think that's a good pick.
I love Bader. I think I personally think it's a stretch for MVP.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
but-
He's
my
been
thing.
my MVP.
Right.
Yeah,
This
he
is
is
about-
true.
as long
That
as
is
you
This
feel
true.
isn't
that.
about
That
like
is true.
in the race. This is just,
This is
we're-
hypothetical.
Right. Like
Yeah.
these might be stretches, but
All right,
Future
Gina.
is near.
They're MVPs in our hearts.
Exactly.
All right. My pick might be a hot take because it's historically rare for a pitcher to win MVP, but I have Tarek Skubal. He's been amazing for the Tigers this year. He is part of the reason why they've had such a great run in the AL Central. He's in the midst of his prime. He's pitched to a 13-5 record. I believe his ERA is a 2.26. He has over 220 strikeouts, and his WHIP is somewhere around an 8.82 something, I believe. But he was hurt momentarily, but he'll be back. I think he's pitching tomorrow, actually. And he's just going to be one of the reasons why the Tigers can make another great postseason run. He was last year's AL Cy Young Award winner, and he is up there again this year. It's between him and Crochet, so I'm interested to see how that plays out.
It's a good one.
Thanks. I think he's 5th in the actual MVP race.
That's
but
pretty high for a pitcher.
I know. Pitchers don't win MVP, but
Usually.
It's been a while.
I would love to see it
Mhm.
because they pitch every 5 days as opposed to guys who are playing every single day. So
What does Ohtani count in that mix?
I mean, he's a pitcher,
well,
too,
he's a
technically.
DH too.
True.
All right, well, I'm going to go on with my pick, which is our final pick. I am going to have to go with Kyle Schwarber. He has been essential to these Phillies teams this year, and he is leading the MLB in RBIs with 128, which is 10 more than anybody else in the league. He's leading the NL in home runs with 53 home runs, which is 2nd in the MLB. And you can it's so obvious that he is so important to this Philly team. Their upper management has even said, they will do anything that it takes to keep him, despite, during this offseason, he will be entering into his free agency. And while we have seen him struggle on the defensive side of baseball, as he's entered into his current position of designated hitter, he's really thrived, and his offensive side outweighs his defensive struggles. And if we're talking about real, who has a chance of winning MVP, it's going to be somebody who has high offensive statistics like Kyle Schwarber.
He's up there in the race.
He is.
Yeah.
I would love to see
I think
someone
he's-
other than Ohtani
He might be
win.
2nd right now.
He
in
is
the NL,
2nd.
Yeah.
Mhm. I would love to see him
Depends
win
who you
it.
ask.
Ohtani's going to beat him. I
I
hate to
know,
say it, but
It seems like any year Ohtani's there, as long as he's pitching and producing at the plate, it's his.
crazy looking at who's first on both NL and AL. Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani. Sound familiar? Last year.
So advanced analytics play a huge role in baseball, and now we're going to test our knowledge on them while we get a picture of a player's baseball savant page and a hint, and then we have to guess who it is. So let's see the first one.
Oh dear. Okay.
46.
Plays in
They're
the
fast.
So plays in the NL Central.
Ooh,
They're fast.
I immediately
Fielding is excellent.
I
Is it PCA?
could be PCA, could be Jackson Chorio.
Ooh.
I like PCA though because it could be Kyle Tucker because it's
It
probably
could.
it's probably
Is he
going.
that fast though, right? 30 miles per hour almost?
The
I know
sprint speed is
PCA is
90. The
fast.
sprint speed is
Anthony
96.
Volpe.
Noted NL Central player Anthony Volpe.
It could have been if he was hitting a 250 average.
250 average. Well, PCA's dropped off,
Mm.
so that's the base running and fielding value. It's definitely an
His
outfielder.
fielding's not great.
Yeah.
Maybe the arm value is me. I don't know.
Who runs 30 miles per hour?
Yeah, that's fast.
That's
That
it's
is-
PCA
Yeah,
for
it's
outfielder.
It's PCA or
PCA.
It's PCA or Chorio. I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I lean PCA,
PCA. I think.
especially because the 32% strikeout rate.
Oh, that was good, guys.
1 for 1, 1 for 1.
Okay.
All right, let's see number 2.
Is it Ghost? Oh, so
Former
that's
top
not great.
5 prospect.
Oh, this could be O'Neal Cruz,
Mm.
although base running value would not be that high.
Who's not great? That's
Yeah, he's
everything's low.
no, he's not good.
Arm strength. Okay, so arm strength that could be a second baseman.
Mm-hmm. Or first baseman.
Yeah, first baseman too.
Potentially.
Yeah,
Maybe.
Yeah.
first baseman.
What's the batting value is terrible.
Yeah.
The base running's good, so he could be a pinch hitter.
This could be
Pinch runner,
This could
sorry.
be a speedster. Oh, what?
This guy could be a pinch runner for all we know.
This could be Chandler Simpson, but I think Simpson's defense would be higher, and I don't think the chase rate would be that high. And also, he was never top
It
5
was
prospect.
it's definitely an infielder.
All right, top 5 prospects. That's where we're going with this.
Guys, it's Volpe this time.
I was gonna say that too.
No way.
I was really thinking that
That
too.
is
I was really
crazy.
thinking that.
Guys,
it's Volpe.
wait. He's not good now, but he was good. Oh my god. Okay.
Oh, that's not that bad.
Wow.
I literally was in my head, Anthony.
All right, and our third and
Incredible.
final one.
Rookie. Okay.
Oh, so he's excellent.
Batting value.
Oh,
this,
he's good.
Fielding is bad.
this could be our friend from the A's, Mr. Kurtz.
It could. Or what about Roman Anthony?
Oh, that's
Roman
true.
Anthony is very good.
I know he's
Anthony.
hurt now though.
But the whiff and the
Could we at least have gotten the league that they're in?
Base,
the K rate.
base running is bad.
That makes me think it's Kurtz. He does not run well.
So we're thinking of someone who can't run, basically.
Maybe it is Kurtz.
He is a first baseman. The big Amish.
So
Slugging is good. It's above average, yeah.
Maybe. Yeah. The walk rate.
I don't
Who's
know.
strike? All right.
Are
First baseman are more strikeout prone. What other rookies are there?
Rookies. Dominguez, imagine.
he's been a rookie
It's-
for like 3 years.
I know.
The walk rate is.
His fielding's not
He
great.
hasn't played a full game in weeks too.
Juan Soto, like
Noted rookie Juan Soto. Base
I
running,
honestly don't know.
fielding value. That makes
do we think it's a rookie or is it an actual player?
It is a rookie.
No,
it
it's a
says.
They wouldn't
Oh,
lie
it
to
says
us.
rookie. I can't
Yeah,
even see. I
oh,
can't even
sorry,
see. That's
I'm
okay.
hovering.
They wouldn't lie to us.
I don't know.
Okay, final answers. Anybody?
Lost.
I don't really have a guess.
Nate,
Kurtz.
I'll go with Mr. Kurtz.
Kurtz.
It's probably gonna be
We're
more
right.
than
Let's
me.
see. Let's see.
Oh, nice.
We were like low key 3 for 3, like on some
yeah,
level.
yeah, it's okay.
Somebody
it's okay.
somebody said their name at all times.
Right. So that's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Even if it wasn't our top pick, it's okay.
That's pretty good.
All right, we're going to switch things up here a little bit, moving away from players, moving away from our current situation in the MLB. We're going to talk about robot umps. Like, the MLB was using the ABS system in the minor leagues and during spring training. How do you guys feel about this? Where does the league go from here with this? Do we like the idea?
I believe they used it during the All-Star game too.
I think they
might be
did.
right. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't really have that much of an opinion. Like, I feel like it's good to have where the pitcher, catcher, or
Batter.
batter, yes, thank you, can challenge.
Mhm.
They have 2 a game, I believe.
2 incorrect ones.
Okay, so I think it's good to have that, but a robot
We have to go down to reality basically because there's so many things that could go wrong with a robot umpire. What if it rains? Forget it because they'll have no one as backup and the game would have to be delayed. I wanted to make a joke saying that maybe they'll be more accurate than actual umpires. Wow, umpires, because we all love to scream at the umpires for the wrong call, especially Jazz Chisholm. But yeah, it has its downsides. They're not perfect. They're gonna have malfunctions randomly. Maybe they could be dangerous for all we know. But I think we should really stick to the humans. Like, I don't think the robots are for me.
I think if you're bringing in ABS, it's fine.
Yeah.
I think because I think they're just going to pick one or the other. And if you already have ABS, I love it. I don't care what Walker Bueller says. Love you, Walker Bueller. Don't care what he has to say on it, because we talk about the human element of sports and how players make the mistakes. We shouldn't be taking the game out of the players' hands, and this is the step we're taking towards making sure that it's as much in human control as it can be for the players, because we don't need officials messing up calls, messing up big games. So I think bringing on ABS is fine and a good way to go about this.
I agree.
Yeah, I for sure feel like I think there needs to be some sort of happy medium. I don't think that like complete like digital robots is like going to be, I mean, it might be in our future, but like I don't know if that's the way to go. But also improved accuracy. It could potentially speed up the game, like less arguments. You know what I mean? Like
Argue with a robot would be funny.
yeah.
But think about Alec Boehm. How's he going to throw his helmet on the ground 3 times a game as he stares at a
What's the
fastball
robot
right
gonna
down
do?
the middle?
I don't think we need to speed up the game. I still think with the pitch clock, they're already trying to speed
Well,
up
that's
the
how you
game.
lose
but-
people.
It's for a TV audience. They care about TV. They don't care
Yeah.
about people at games anymore.
So while we don't have the answer to this today, we are going to wrap up the show. We do not have any more time left, but thank you for tuning into 360 Sports. Be sure to come out tomorrow to watch our frenzy.